Joy was 34 when silence became louder than noise. From the outside, her life looked normal. A neat two-bedroom flat in New York. A supportive husband, Emeka. A small tailoring shop she had built from scratch. A smile she wore like makeup, carefully applied, never smudged in public. But inside her, something was breaking. The first miscarriage happened at 10 weeks. She remembered the hospital room, the smell of antiseptic, the pale blue curtains, the doctor's careful voice. "I'm sorry." Those two words echoed in her ears for months. She had already imagined tiny socks hanging by the window. She had already whispered names at night. She had already begun loving someone she never got to hold. People told her, "It happens. You're still young. Try again." As if trying again could erase the sound of her own cry in that hospital bed. The second one nearly broke her marriage. Not because Emeka didn't love her, he did. But grief is a strange thing. It makes two people stand side by side yet feel miles apart. He grieved silently. Joy grieved loudly. She wept into pillows. She stared at baby clothes in markets. She avoided naming ceremonies. Her body began to feel like an enemy. "What is wrong with me?" she would whisper in the bathroom mirror. Her friends moved forward with life. Baby showers. School admissions. Birthday parties. Social media flooded with milestones. Joy muted notifications. Then she muted herself. By 36, the third miscarriage came like a cruel joke. This time, she didn't cry immediately. She just lay there, staring at the ceiling. Empty. Numb. She stopped sewing for weeks. Orders piled up. Customers complained. Money became tight. Her small shop, her pride, nearly collapsed. At night, she would sit by the window, listening to distant sounds of children playing in the compound. One evening she told God, not gently but angrily, "Why give me hope only to take it away?" Silence answered her. But something shifted in that silence. Not a miracle. Not yet. Just a small decision. She decided to live again. Joy began therapy. She joined a women's support group in church. She learned about her body. She learned that loss was not punishment. She learned that grief is not weakness. Slowly, she rebuilt her shop. She redesigned clothes. She posted her work online. Orders started coming again. Confidence returned, not fully, but enough. And one quiet Tuesday morning, she saw two pink lines. She did not scream. She did not tell anyone immediately. She sat on the bed, staring at the test, trembling. Fear came before joy. At the hospital, the doctor smiled during the scan. "I hope you're sitting down," he said. Joy's heart pounded. "You're not carrying one baby." She held Emeka's hand tightly. "Not two either." Tears blurred her vision. "Joy, you're carrying triplets." She laughed and cried at the same time. It felt unreal. Too big. Too fragile. The pregnancy was not easy. Bed rest. Injections. Endless prayers. Nights filled with fear. Every small pain made her heart race. But this time, she was not alone in her silence. Her support group prayed with her. Emeka read to her every night. Her shop assistants ran the business. Even neighbors checked in. At 35 weeks, after hours of labor and a room filled with doctors, 3 cries pierced the air. 1, 2, 3. 3 living, breathing miracles. Joy held them one after another, 2 boys and a girl. Tiny. Warm. Real. For the first time in years, her tears were not from loss. They were from overflow. Months later, her house became noisy, diapers, lullabies, bottles everywhere. Exhaustion became her new normal. But she welcomed it. Sometimes, when she rocks all three babies to sleep, she remembers the hospital ceilings she once stared at in despair. She remembers the bathroom mirror questions. She remembers the silence. And she whispers, "Thank you." Joy's story is not just about triplets. It is about surviving seasons that feel endless. It is about standing up when your heart feels too heavy to carry. It is about believing that delay is not denial.